Hey everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to a sketch of the month for the Secret Not Secret Kit Club scrap party. And I'm also doing a Baby Got Scraps layout, which means I'm using my scraps. That's what January was all about. And I'm using these fun photos of my little guy from this summer. So Jackson he's not afraid of water. Like, he likes to be in it, but he does not like getting his head underwater at all. He went through some swimming lessons and he was getting really well, getting good, getting more comfortable, and then COVID hit. But when my mother-in-law moved to where she is now, there is a swimming pool. And she lives in a basement suite, and her friends live in the house above. So it's a private swimming pool. And we were able to go because, with the way that the rules of COVID were during the summer, it was still okay to do that. And we stayed kind of away from her upstairs neighbors and just kind of was with Sean's mom, and she was in our bubble, and it all just worked just perfectly. Anyway, so Jackson really got to spend a lot of time in the pool this summer and got more comfortable. There's a photo here where you can see he's jumping into the water. He even gets his head in the water, and he even went to the deep end a few times. He was a little afraid of the deep end for a while. And that is what all of this is about. So in order to make this work, I grabbed a few things. My full 12 by 12 sheet is actually a Cocoa Daisy sheet that I got. I think Daisy gave it to me. Daisy Scraps gave it to me, and it's just kind of been sitting in my stash, but I like that pop of red, and I really wanted to bring that in some way. However, it's a little too bold. It's a little too much. So I'm simply going to make the red a border, and I'm just going to use plain white cardstock. It's kind of I'm thinking I'm going to use plain white cardstock because that's my go-to. However, it's a little stark, the white and on the red. So you're going to see what I come up with. But before I do that, I really want to utilize, because I'm trying to use scraps up and use this stuff. I'm really trying to utilize it. And so instead of doing a border with white, I'm trying to do a border with red and then flip it and use the nice bright yellow on the back, which matches my son's life jacket really well. So that all worked perfectly. And then I do the opposite on the other photo, and it's backed with the yellow first, and then the red is the bigger border. And it just gives it a nice little bit of a difference, but it's still the same color, so it's not too crazy. And I just like that. And it was a good way for me to use a little bit more of that pattern paper, because where else am I going to use this? It's not really, if you know me, red is a hard color for me, so it's not really sure where I'm going to come up with it. So what I decided to do is, instead of using, like I said, white, because it's a little too stark, I did find I'm cheating a little bit, but I found another 12 by 12 sheet that is from Pink Paisley. And I went ahead and used that. I liked it. It kind of looked like water to me. And so I'm working with that. And then to bring in the sketch, which I'm working with now. And this sketch was created by Christina. It's gorgeous. I love it. It's perfectly sized if you want to do like a different size besides 12 by 12. It's perfectly made for that. I am making this in 12 by 12 though. And so I wanted that really cool tear apart look that she had there, but I really love this pattern paper from Pink Paisley, and I didn't want to waste too much of it. So you can see there, I'm trying to highlight and use my pencil to go ahead and mark off where I need to trim it. However, that particular pencil didn't have any lead in it. It fell out. So I was tracing nothing. So I got a good pencil that actually did what I needed to do. And it just kind of told me where not to cut. So I didn't cut too far in, cut off what I needed. And now I have that to use in another layout. And I can use the straight side versus the side I'm using for this layout. So that worked perfectly. And it's a really good way to, if you really want to save a piece of pattern paper, that's a good way to do it. I'm going to also add now the B side of that red paper. So I've got a pop of all of it, and it really helps because, like I said, my son's life jacket has that yellow in there. And so it really just kind of makes it work a little bit better, and it blends in together and gives it that nice bright summery feel that I'm trying to go for. And then one thing that I'm trying to do with this scrap series this month is take an element that's not paper and get it used up as well. And for this particular layout, that is this Eat Sleep thickers that I've had. This is from a boy collection, like one of the very first all boy collections I ever bought. And it's just been sitting in my stash forever. And I finally got it used up, and that makes me really, really happy. So I am titling this Eat, Sleep, Swim, Repeat, because that is all he wanted to do this summer, was go to grandma's and go swimming. So it's perfect, and it really helped me be able to document how he got over his fear of water a little bit, right? Like I said, he's not exactly afraid of it, but he doesn't like getting his head in the water, and he kind of got over that a little bit. So I'm really proud of him. He did really well. And then I was able to, with the word repeat, it's the exact same thickers from the words eat and sleep. I just took a few other letters that I had lying around. And so I got to throw away that sheet. I think I have the word grow and one that says be me. And once I get those two done, that whole thing is finally done. And like I said, I've had that in my stash forever. So really, really excited to get that done. This little note, where I'm going to do my journaling, that was part of a cut apart, so that's been in my stash for a while, and I got that used up, which made me really happy. And my other scrap piece came from the clouds. I went ahead and fussy cut those out and just kind of put them in a few places. And I'm going to finish this off by going through the Oasis collection. So how old is that? And finding a couple pieces. I find the gold pieces. So this pineapple there, and I also find one of the leaves, and I'm going to go ahead and use those as a nice little pop. Because there's black in that pattern paper that I chose, I do want it to come across in a few other places as well, so it doesn't look so weird. And I felt like bringing in that pineapple that was black really helped. Also having the word repeat in black helped as well. And I love that. So I'm just going to tuck a couple pieces in that work for me. Add a few sequins as well. And that basically does it for my layout. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. It was so much fun to work with it. I love the idea of having 2 larger photos and then those 3 little mini photos as well. It was a fun thing to do. It's not something I like to scrap with multiple photos, and I do it, but not necessarily in this format. So that was a really fun challenge for me, and I enjoyed working with this sketch. If you are a part of the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, head on over there and check out the sketch and play along. The scrap party is going on. It started on Friday and it goes until the end of today. And normally it's extended for a week so you can play with the challenges. Here's a look at my finished layout. I'll see you all soon. Bye.